Hi Pisces, welcome to August. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I'm going to call in some good energy. So this month we have a full moon in Aquarius and a new moon in Leo. The full moon is on the 3rd of August and the new moon is on the 18th. And Uranus goes retrograde. Uranus in Taurus goes retrograde on the 15th. So let's see what the cards say. We'll get into the astrology later. Let's see what the cards say for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of August 2020? What is coming up for Pisces? What is coming up for Pisces in August 2020? Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Strength card. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Swords, your warrior energy has been activated. This is a new beginning in thinking. The swords represent thoughts and ideas. And the Ace is a new beginning. So you might be having a change of mind about a certain relationship. You've been really checking something out with the Page of Swords. If there's someone that you've been interested in, you haven't really been taking action. You've been really just checking deeply into something. Sometimes the Page... you might be worried about gossip or what are people going to say, or you might have to have a difficult conversation with someone. You could be dealing with someone who's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But sometimes the Page of Swords can mean having to have it, with the warrior energy, the Ace of Swords, you might have decided, I'm going to take action. I'm tired of, I've had enough. I need to do something. I need to take action. I've had a change. I've changed my mind. I'm going to do something to make something happen. I'm going to fight for what I believe in. And the Page of Swords is, it can mean a challenging lover, but it could also mean that you decide to speak up. And even if even if what you have to say is difficult, you have to say it. In the past, you have the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So you have had success and you've had opportunity. Doors are opening up to you, especially career-wise, because the Three of Pentacles is here. So you've had some type of career success in the recent past. And you have like basic stability. But I feel like you're needing to move on. Whatever's been troubling you, whatever difficulty, if you speak up, it's all about communication. The Six of Swords means moving away from difficulty and sorrow and moving towards something that has greater harmony. So you're moving away from troubles. And I think it's because you've decided to speak up and to fight. You're not just going to lay down and let things happen. You're going to speak up and communicate your needs. You're going to fight for what you deserve, what you believe in. And you're even open. Actually, this could also mean, taking a trip, journey over water, change of residence. Sometimes it's just a It's not a literal move, it's just figurative, like you're just moving, you're leaving your problems behind, you're leaving your worries behind. And I feel like, especially with the Three of Pentacles, that's a card of career success and recognition, talent, like you're finally being recognized for everything that you contribute in a work situation. The Page of Pentacles is about, it's the student card, so you could be worried about a child, some of you. It's in your negative thinking sector. But it could also mean that you've decided to learn some new skills in an area that you have no experience in. And it might be worrying you, like, oh, how am I gonna do? Can I learn this new material? And I think you'll be fine. One thing you have to understand, and you might be dealing with an earth sign, because in your environment you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now this person is very dependable. You might be considering connecting with someone like this. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And they like to take things slow. They don't rush into things. So you might be, it's something that's going to develop slowly over time. And this person is a good worker. They're not afraid to, work hard every day for what they believe in, to achieve a goal. They're very stable, very laid back, very down to earth. So that could be someone that you're going to be connecting with. And you have the King of Swords here in your wish fulfillment sector. So you could either be thinking about an air sign, or you could be thinking about an earth sign possibly. But the King of Swords is also about, if it's not a person, it represents you trying to make a decision, trying to separate what's real from what's not real, trying to decide what to do. Do I want to approach this person? Do I want to leave my current situation? Do I want to move into a new situation? There could also be someone, you have the Knight, the King of, the Strength card here. And this comes up sometimes when you have, you might be dealing with someone who can be very emotional, overreactive. Maybe they have some anger issues that they need to control. They have to learn how to control their emotions. So you could be helping someone through a difficult time. Maybe they need counseling, or they're hurt in some way, they're wounded, and you're helping them through something that's difficult. Maybe it's a child, or it could even be, because I feel like someone has been giving you grief, and you've had to have a talk with them, and possibly explain, I think counseling could help. So if you're in a relationship that's been having some problems with communication, because this person may have issues around self-esteem, or not knowing how to get their needs met without flipping out and having an angry outburst. So they might need some counseling. And it may take some time. I feel like that, don't expect quick results, but if you're prepared to do the work and you're open to the new, and you're open to maybe new techniques or new methods, it could possibly work in your favor. I wouldn't give up totally, but I don't know. I feel like that you're gonna. And then there's also this Ace of Cups. So I feel like you're gonna solve some kind of problem with a current, a difficult person that's in your life, and that might be through counseling, but I feel like at the same time you're gonna move away from it. So you might be, dealing with someone that you're kind of moving away from. And then there's somebody new coming in, an opportunity for a new relationship that is more stable and more with someone who's a little bit less volatile and more down to earth. But it's at the very beginning stages, so it may take time to develop. Like, don't rush into it. Just kind of, let it go with the flow. We'll see what happens. Let's see what the astrology has to say. So, full moon in Aquarius is happening in your 12th house and your 6th house. So something is coming to completion in your careers, in your job. You might be finishing up a project and you're getting recognized, reward. But there could also be a health issue that you have to take care of that you might have been avoiding. Maybe even a psychological issue that needs to be dealt with. And once you do that, you can move on from the stress. You can move on. I don't know that it's you per se that's having these issues. It could be a relative, because you have Uranus is T-squaring this moon from your third house. The third house is the house of communication. It's also the house of siblings and relatives. So brother, sister, aunt, uncle. There could be someone in your family that's going through a difficult time. And something may pop up unexpectedly and you have to address it. You have to take action. You have to look deeper. You have to communicate. So that you could receive communication out of the blue, someone who needs help, and you're going to be there to help them. I think that's a separate issue than this romantic thing. But there's also now, you have Mars in the second house, so there could be some financial issue that comes up at the same time. Now Mars is sextile the moon and trining the sun. So if you take action, it can bring abundance into your life. You might be thinking of ways to make more money. Like, I need to take care of this problem and I need more money, I need financial support. So, and by taking action, you can generate that. But you have to take action. You can't just wait for it to drop in your lap. Mercury is in your fifth house of romance and fun and children, and it's opposing Saturn in your 11th. So there could be it could be a friend or a group that you belong to. Your creative ideas might be different than, you might have some resistance to what you want to do. Because Saturn represents restriction and obstacles sometimes, or delays. So there could be a delay on some kind of creative project. But don't worry, that's going to come. That'll work itself out by the end of the year. But right now you might hear some negative feedback. If you're working on something that's creative, maybe there's a group of people that are very conservative and they don't really see where you're coming from. Like, you may have this innovative idea and they might be, well, I don't know, they're kind of like, you might feel blocked by authority figures. Venus is in your fourth house, so you could be spending time trying to beautify your home, redecorate, paint, make it more harmonious. Relationships in the home are going to be much smoother while Venus is there. You have Neptune in your first house. It's been there for quite a while. So you are seen as someone very spiritual, very compassionate. But sometimes you could be confusing. Like, you're not sure who you are, what your identity is. Like, who am I? You might be trying to figure that out. How do I, am I creative? Am I a healer? Am I... where do I direct my energy? Now Mars is squaring Jupiter from the 3rd to the 11th. So yeah, there could be, you might have to fight for your ideas. You might have to stand up to a group of people and explain why you want to do things a certain way, because you might get some resistance. Now the new moon in Leo is happening in your 6th house. That could bring a new job or a new beginning in some kind of work situation. I think it's mostly because you need more money and you're wanting to, you might be moving into a position that's paying more, or have an opportunity to embrace a position that's paying more. Like, again, Saturn's in the 11th house. Now Saturn can represent a reward for hard work, because the 11th house is like your hopes, your dreams, the groups that you belong to, friendships. You could be making friends with people that are older and wiser, or getting guidance from an older group of people. But the interesting thing right now is that Venus is at this new moon, Venus moves into the 5th house, and it's sextile Uranus in the 3rd house. So there could be some unexpected development around a creative project or a new romance or even children. Exciting developments, exciting new beginnings. Maybe there's a new project that comes up that allows you to use your creativity, because Pisces is very creative. Or it could be a new romance that pops up, like you're communicating, maybe you get a message out of the blue from someone you haven't seen in a while, and you decide to connect and you're having fun together, you're doing something creative. So be open to the unexpected in August, especially when with the new moon and with Venus connecting with Uranus. It's a very creative time. You're coming up with, unique ideas. Just don't get discouraged by the Saturn influence. If you feel blocked, don't give up. Just keep trying and fight for what you believe. Communicate and fight for what you believe in. And try to explain where you're coming from, and you could maybe win them over if you handle your communication in the right way. But I feel like there could be some new beginnings coming around the career sector, as well as romance. Some unexpected developments in romance in August. So speak up if you need to. Don't doubt that you have talent, because you do. If someone needs your help, they may need counseling. Maybe you can talk them into getting it. Or maybe you yourself might need some counseling so that you can be more assertive and fight for what you believe in. If there's new love, it's going to be a slow process. Don't jump in. Don't do anything fast. Take your time. Get to know the person. Let things develop slowly. And you'll find that you can have a really nice connection. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. And if you did, click on the like button or the subscribe button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. And we can get you on the schedule. It'll take you to my website, and we can schedule a reading for you that is based specifically on your life and your details. So don't hesitate to do that if you want more information. And I wanted to say thank you, everyone, for supporting this channel, especially people who have left comments. I love reading them. People who have ordered readings, people who are liking the videos. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I love to listen to the feedback. And if you're new, welcome. So enjoy August. Move on to better things. Don't be afraid to leave your baggage behind. Don't be afraid to speak up for whatever get your needs met this month. Don't be a martyr. And embrace new love. And I'll talk to you next month. Okay, bye now.